This is the most important video you've probably ever watched because it's something you've probably never thought of, and it's something massive. Like, it's on a soul level. This is massive. This isn't no rocket science. This isn't no special formula, fuel mixture ratio to thrust a rocket. Not even enough to go to space and make it go and land in the ocean. We won't go into that. But this is something we learn when we first go to school. One of the first things we learn, and they teach us nonsense. 1 times nothing. What's the answer? Your brain's going to tell you nothing. But what do you see? What do you see? 1 times nothing. Well, we have to have 1. If we start with 0 and go 0 times anything, that's 0. That's of course, 0 times anything is 0. 1. We have 1 because we have to start with 1, because otherwise we don't have 1. And we're not saying 1, we're saying 0. 1 times 0. How many do I have? What's the answer? 1 times 1. How many do I have? What's the answer? Think about it. Well, don't think. Try not to think, because your brain's going to go, no, it's going to make up all these excuses. It's going to tell you all this stuff. It's going to go, oh, but it's like some of the stuff I've heard already is just, it's unbelievable. What a programmed mind. This is what they do to us. This is in there. It's in the curriculum. It is designed to make us delusional, and it works. And I'm telling you, it is crazy how much it works. And I'll get into more of it, the fundamentals. But 1 times 0 is 1. Like, I've still got 1. I didn't subtract it. I didn't divide it. I didn't get rid of it. Like, I didn't go 1, get rid of the 1 times 0. I went 1 times 0. What do I have? I've still got 1. Like, this 1 doesn't go away unless you subtract it or divide it. Then you've got to change it. But until you do that, if you don't do that, if you just go 1 times 0, you have 1. That is the answer. You got 1. 1 times 1. 1 times 1. 2. That's the answer. This is the observable, repeatable measurement. This is fact. This is because you're seeing it in front of your face. 1 times nothing is 1. 1 times 1 is 2. You're seeing it in front of you. You cannot go against this. This is like, just because you've been taught this nonsense doesn't make it true. Like, we should be. Everything we learn at school should be the truth. You'd think it was, but it's not. And it's crazy when you look into it, how deep it goes. And this is the first thing we learn at school, one of the first things we get taught at school. And it's a big ordeal for us, because we're like, no way, we've still got 1, and we try to fight it, and I just remember it, and I've spoke to other people that remember it too, and it's a big day where they try to explain to us that no, 1 times 1 is 0, and 1 times 1 is 1. And it's like, we don't get it when we're kids. We're like, no, like, it doesn't. And they drill us, and they drill us, and they drill us, and it's by a teacher that's been taught the same thing, so they believe in it. Then it's not like they're part of the system and they're part of it. They believe in what they're teaching is correct. Like, I hope anyway. Like, I hope so, because otherwise it's even worse. But I'm pretty sure that most teachers will believe in what they teach. They believe it because they've been taught it too. They've been indoctrinated since. Same thing, they were a primary school kid and they've never thought about it properly since, because everything at school, like, that's the first one, the 1 times 1, 1 times 0 thing is the first thing that makes you go, you sit down and you end up going, I have to just believe in them, don't I, because it's school, and I have to just nod and agree. Like, they're going to tell me the truth, obviously that must be the answer. I'm just a dumb kid, what am I meant to know? So we start believing in ourselves. We go, okay, and we nod and agree. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. And we nod and agree. And we go, all right, I'll stop believing in my own answers and I'll believe in yours. And then we go to school and we learn about glow birth. And well, some people might not question it. Or you might, but some people did, and you can't question. You're not allowed to question it. It's how it is. It's fact, and you have to believe in it, even though it's never been proven. Gravity has never been proven. It's never been measured. They say they can, but that's a load of bollocks. They can't measure gravity. There's curvature. You can't measure it. I've tried. I've got this camera in front of me. It's a Nikon P950. It has super zoom lens, and I've proven it. There is no curvature of Earth. It is all illusion, lies and illusions, all of it. And it's massive. Look, the soul is truth, and it is love. It is what connects you to the consciousness, and it is, your soul is everything. You might not even know you have a soul. But most people don't even know because it's not taught. They don't teach us this fundamental stuff that actually makes people believe in themselves and makes people leaders instead of followers and just another number. Like, it makes people actually, like, soulful. It's just there's such a difference with knowing your soul and not. And if the more lies you believe in, the more it suppresses your soul and it blocks your heart. Because your heart is actually where you should think from, which is your soul. Like, it's your intuitive and your instinctive thought process comes from your heart, which your heart is where your spark is, which is what connects to your soul. And your intuitive and instinctive thought process comes from the soul. And it's massive. Like, critical thinking is one thing, but we don't even do that after school because we're so taught all this stuff that you have to answer their textbook answers, and if you answer something different, you fail. So if you actually critically think about things in school, you fail. Like, it is such a problem. This I'm hoping this video gets understood, and I'm hoping it goes out. Not because I want to be famous. I just want people to know the truth, because the truth matters. The truth sets you free. This world is so corrupt, it is not funny, and it starts at school. 1 times nothing is 1. 1 times 1 is 2, and that is the observable, repeatable measurement. And you cannot go against it. Like, you can in your mind, and you probably still will. Like, I don't understand how people. I don't get it. But it's because I've realised this, and if before I realised, if someone had told me, I probably wouldn't have got it either. I would have said exactly the same thing, that 1 times 0 is 0. That's what I would have said, because that's what I always grew up believing. It just came to me the other week, and it was just like ding, and I was just like, where? Like, and it's crazy. And when you look into the school system, it's all a Rockefeller school curriculum, and if you don't know him, you should look him up. And this is hopefully the start of your journey to finding truth, because truth matters. And this world is so fake and so corrupt and so evil that truth is the only thing we have. Truth and love, and it's all we have. And we need to bring it back. We need truth to be at the forefront. Opinions, beliefs, and theories need to get put aside. Like, you can have an opinion on your favourite music or your favourite colour, and you can have a belief about things, but it doesn't mean that they beat facts. Beliefs and theories. Like, you can have a theory on anything you like, and that's good. Look, it's good to have theories. That's how you keep moving, but you've got to make the theory into a fact. So it's got to be an observable, repeatable measurement that anyone can go and do. That's what makes something a fact. That is science. That is how science is meant to be. Curvature. None of us can prove it. We can't prove there's any curvature. In fact, we prove that there's not. Prove that water is level, and you can prove that just by going and looking for yourself. All you have to do is go to the ocean and look, and you will see that the horizon is perfectly level. All this nonsense, it traps us out of our heart, and it puts us in the mind, and the mind is ego. The mind is an egoic thing, and once the more in these lies you believe in, you get stuck, and you get more egoic. Like the mind's like, nah, it's not, I know it already, and it won't even listen. Like most people probably haven't even listened this far. Like it won't. It's lazy. It doesn't want to look into things. It's ignorant, and because it doesn't care. It's like, I don't care. I believe in what I believe in. That's easy. It's easy for me to just do that. I don't want to look into things deeper because it hurts. Truth hurts. Like, and it does. There's some truths that I could bring up that will shock you. Like, but that's for you to find on your journey, which hopefully this might start your journey, because if you have kids, this is massive, because they are teaching your kids lies. Like I've been trying to do the flat earth angle and stuff like that, and people don't see it, and they don't realise why it's such a big deal. Like it's huge. It's one of the biggest things we ever learn. We get taught out of our whole existence, our world. Like there's no creator anymore. Like I don't believe in this whole Bible, God, religious, all this nonsense, but there's got to be a creator. Like everything comes from sound. I won't go into it, but it's cymatics. You got to look into cymatics. That shows creation. That shows what it is. Cymatics is an observable, repeatable measurement of how the earth was formed and how everything was created. It's all through sound. Sound creates vibration, which creates energy, which emits a light spectrum, and everything is sound and light. And we're all trapped in the mind. Like we're physical beings. And like I believe there's a lot of other people starting now. I believe in this for a few years, but there's a lot of other people starting to believe that we're not meant to eat. We're etherians, which is ether, the ether layer, which they've hidden from us. Another thing they've hidden from us, and we're meant to consume nothing but ether. We're meant to be etherians. That's who we're meant to be, which is pure energy, spirit. Like we're meant to be spirit. We're spiritual. That's who we are, and everyone knows that. Well, not everyone, but most people know that we're spiritual, and that is the fundamental of it. Is we're meant to be spiritual. We're not meant to be physical. Like we're only physical because we eat physical objects. We eat the fruit. We eat the meat. We eat the shit we eat. Like we're not meant to do it. We're not meant to poo. Like we're not meant to poo. When the whole world was built, created, because it wasn't built, it was created, and there was no toilets, there was no sewage system set up, nothing. But it's like this. Hopefully, this video touches you, because you need to teach your kids that 1 times 0 is 1, and 1 times 1 is 2. Like that is so simple. It's basic, simple mathematics that we get taught out of, and it takes it takes them like a whole day to teach it out of us, and we end up just sitting back going, well, I have to just nod and agree. Like I have to. There's nothing you can do about it, because if you say any different, if you go, nah, I'm not believing it, because I know that 1 times 0 equals 1, because I still have 1 in my hand, so I still have 1. So if you answer that answer, you're wrong, and you fail. You fail the whole test, and like you can't go through all the rest of it if you start off that's what it's all about. Start off as a lie, and everything stems out from there, and you just accept anything, and you nod and agree, and accepting the stuff they do to us. Like I won't go into it all, because I won't make this video too long. It's already been going 14 minutes or something. This has to get out there. We have to get this out to the people, and hopefully this is something that makes people go, wow, if they lied about that, what else could they lie about? And hopefully it makes people think, and they start questioning stuff, and it starts to awaken the sleeping soul that's in there going, man, like let me have a go, because we stop listening. Like the soul doesn't talk to us in language. It's a feeling that you get. It's an intuitive thought process. It's intuition. It's your sixth sense, and it doesn't talk in language. You can't hear it, so you don't listen to it. It's a feeling. And you have that feeling when you're a kid, when you're getting taught that 1 times 1 is 0. I mean 1 times 0 is 0. You were in school going, nah, don't believe it, don't believe it. You were there going, no, because 1 is still there, it is 1. And they spent a whole day indoctrinating you to make you accept and conform and to, yes sir, 3 bags full sir. And what's a people that wants to control society want to do? What do they want out of their people? They want people that go, yes sir, 3 bags full sir. Like, isn't it the perfect way to create a slave is by creating them to just nod and agree to everything you say? Like, if you go against it, you're a conspiracy theorist, and you're this and you're that, and your mental health, and you're all this, and it's just nuts. And it's all designed that way to make us look crazy. Like, even though we're the ones that actually see it for what it is, we see that 1 times 0 is 1, and we see that 1 times 1 is 2. And that's like, when I put this on Facebook, people are like, you're crazy, is this satire? And it's like, you what? Like, this is fundamental mathematics at its basicest level, and it's your programming that has you stuck in the mind. And the mind already knows its answer, so it's like, nah, can't be. They wouldn't lie to us about that. Like, oh yes, they would. And yes, they have. And they've lied about everything. History is a lie. Now find out maths is a lie, geography is a lie, all the maps that they've given us are all lies. We don't know the shape of Australia, like, we don't know, because they've lied about it all. Like, they've lied about everything. The moon's a map of Earth, won't go into that, but there's so much stuff that like you can learn. Like, there's so much stuff, it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that you have to delete first. You have to get rid of so much absolute rubbish. But then there is so much to learn, and it's exciting and it's cool, and you start to figure out how creation works, and you start to, it's cool, like it's fun. You actually get to learn truth, and the more truth you know, the more true you become. It's just this thing that just happens. Like, it's like, I can't explain it other than it's just truth. And the more truth you know, the more truth you are. You become the truth in the end. Like, it just happens. You get better and better as a person just through knowing truth. And that's all it is. And the more truth you know, the more you come to realise, though, the more you think you know, the more you're starting to get it, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, I'm starting to know a lot of stuff, and you just keep going, you're like, man, I actually really know stuff all. Like, the more I come to realise that I think I know, the more I actually realise that I know nothing. And I'm okay with that. Like, it's all good to know nothing. As long as what you know, you know. Not just believing. You've got to know there's a difference between believing and knowing. Like, if you just believe in something, you have a belief in it. It's like Santa Claus. I used to believe Santa Claus was real. But did I know he was? No, I didn't. It turns out Santa Claus is fake, and the Tooth Fairy's fake, and the Easter Bunny's fake, and we learn all these lies in school. That like, our parents lie to us. They don't realise what they're doing, but it teaches us that we can lie. Like, it teaches us, it's just a little white lie, who cares? No, you don't teach your children lies. That's ridiculous. What are you doing? Like, I did it too. Like, I wish I had my chance with my kids again. Like, I wish I got to see my kids. Like, it's crazy. I have stuff that they need to learn, and I can't even teach them. And it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. This whole world is backwards, all inverted, and it's mental. Like, it's mental asylum for insane people. Everyone's ignorant, arrogant, closed-minded, delusional, and they're a bit slow. And they're full of ego, and it's just, that's how it is. Usually I'll say something else there, but I thought I'll bring it back a bit, but it's just, this has to be understood, this has to be recognised, and this has to be taught in schools. Like, we shouldn't even be at school when we're that young. We should be playing in the park with our friends, and we should be learning learning life, and we should be following passions and finding out what our passions are and following them and chasing dreams and becoming who we're going to be. Because when between 0 and 7 years old, roughly 7 to 8 years old, is when we download the most and we impregnate it the deepest into our mind. So there's 1 times 0 being 1, being 0, and 1 times 1 being 1 is the first thing that it traps us in our mind, and we get stuck there for the rest of our lives, and we never realise that we're that way, and we don't see it from the outside in. Because we're so egoic, we already know it all. Like if someone tries to show us another way, that we don't listen. I already know, I'm not listening to you. I already have my answer. You don't know nothing. I got taught this at school. School wouldn't lie to me. I'm sorry to say, but yes, they do. Look, as I said, I don't think they mean it. If any teachers are watching this, I'm not trying to say that you're a liar, but you are. You are a liar, and most people are liars. Most people are liars without even meaning to do it. Like, they don't mean it, and it's not your fault, it's the way you've been taught. But if you're watching this, now it becomes your fault. If you keep doing it, if you keep lying to yourself and others after watching this, it has become a choice now, because you have been given the correct way, and it's now a choice whether you stay ignorant, arrogant, closed-minded, delusional, trapped in an egoic mind. It becomes a choice. Truth's out there, you just have to seek it. You just have to be about the truth. Like, isn't that what everyone wants? The truth? Don't you want the truth? Isn't it a good thing to question things if you don't think it's the truth? Shouldn't you question? Shouldn't you? Like, it's how it should be. If anyone's calling a lie, you should call them out. Like, that's a lie. Like, we shouldn't be condoning that it's okay to lie. Like teaching Santa Claus exists and stuff. Like, that's nonsense. And that's one of the things that, like, it's another lie that we go, oh, it's just a lie. So we never look at the North Pole again. Never look. And in the North Pole is where there's a whirlpool. I won't go into it, but it's way out of this world. In the centre of the realm, and they don't teach us this, and we're not meant to know this. This is deep stuff. They're like, I'm not going to be here for long. I'm going. I know what to do now, and I know how to fix this world. And A, it's to do this, to try to wake people up, and B, it's to go to the centre, because in the centre, it doesn't matter, I won't go into it, but I've figured it out. I've figured out what I've got to do. It's my purpose, and I'll hang around for a bit longer, but I'm not hanging around forever. I've got things to do for my kids, for myself, for my family, for all the people I love, for everyone. I've got to do this because I know I'm one of the ones that knows about it, so I have an obligation to humanity to do this. Look, I have such a passion to make this world true again, and that takes making people true. I get put on being a dictator because I want people to believe my truth. No, it's not my truth that I want you to believe in. I want you to believe in the truth. There's a difference. People have their truths, and it's like, this is my truth and your truth, and I'm allowed to have my truth and you have your truth, and it's like, I believe a globe, you believe a flat, we're allowed to think different things. Like, no, on something like that you can't. There is one answer, and you need to have that answer. Like, it's that simple. And the answer is water's level. You've never seen it curve, so why do you believe in it? You believe it because you learned it in school and you haven't thought about it since. And even if you have, you've thought about it with a mind that lies to you, that is full of lies. And it's not your fault again. I'm not trying to put anyone down. I'm just trying to point out the facts. I'm trying to let you see what's going on. Like, if you believe in illusions, you're delusional. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just saying you've been taught by the school system to be delusional. And it's crazy. Like, don't you want to be true? Why would you want to be delusional? Like, once you start getting this stuff pointed out, you have to start questioning. Otherwise, you choose to be ignorant, and it's a choice to be delusional, to be an ego. Look, crazy. So anyway, if you do get this video, share it. Share this around. Or this could be something that brings us together. Because it's something on a school level, on a kid's level. It's fundamental soul level. This stuff. If this can bring the average person going, wow, he's actually right. And if they did lie about that, what else have they lied about? If it starts them on their journey, that's awesome. That's what this is for. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping, look, it won't work for everyone, of course, because everyone's going to start their journey on a different way and a different path and a different, all that. But this might get to, this might get around. It might go, people might go, wow, he's actually right. And this is something that, this could unite us and bring us all together so we can stop what's going on. Because there's a lot of wrong stuff going on in this world. It's horrible. The more truth you seek, the more horrified you become, because it's horrifying. There's so much horrible stuff going on. Maybe not even happening. Maybe some of it's illusion anyway. It's just maybe they're trying to wake us up. And it gets crazy. Because it almost seems like that sometimes, and it's nuts. It's actually, the more truth you know, the more you start to realise maybe they're the evil ones, so-called evil ones, maybe they're actually the ones waking up humanity. That's just another way of looking at things. But anyway, I'll leave it here. I just had to do this. It's just, my soul was telling me it has to be done, and trying to do it on Facebook didn't work. I don't know, there's a few people that got it, but they probably already got it. They already understood it, where I'm trying to get the ones that don't get it, I'm trying to get to you. That's who I'm trying to get to. You can't go against 1 times nothing is 1. And 1 times 1 is 2. Much love. Have a good one.